Hello, baddies and divas. As always, it's your host here, the Empress H Speaks. Today's video is on men exhibiting questionable thought patterns and behavior. There's a saying, from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. If you let someone talk long enough, you get to know who they are. But before we start this video, I want to put out a trigger warning. This video can get triggering and explicit, so I need you. Nothing violent is going to be shown, but I need you to be aware because some of the thought patterns and ideologies you hear can get annoying and triggering.
But it is not controlling or toxic, as a lot of people would call it, to um, listen to your partner's wants. Okay.
Listen to his wants. He doesn't want her to listen. He wants her to obey.
Or their thoughts. When they say they would prefer if you didn't go out to the bar with your single friends.
Isolation is a common tactic. If he doesn't want you to be around your friends, it's because he doesn't want you to hear them say, hey, there's something wrong with that guy and we're worried about you.
That's probably what's best for you.
This is a man who's treating a woman like a child. Red flag.
Because think about it, are your friends really going out just for themselves, just to have a fun night?
This man doesn't think that women are human beings. He doesn't think that they can just exist without centering men.
This part stood out to me because he's one of those creepy men that will see a group of women out and about, existing, living their life, decompressing, and somehow think that those women existing, having fun, chilling with their girlfriends is for his gaze and his consumption. Do you know how full of yourself you have to be to think that another human being going about their life is existing for your consumption and your gaze? Yeah, come look at this.
If men are really the problem, then why don't y'all just leave us alone?
This his narrative is propagating our culture. One funny thing about society's mindset or narrative when it comes to men, it's very contradictory loves. Men are the leaders, but in the same breath, he's such a victim and lacking in self-control that her dressing up provocatively according to him because it's provocative for him. She was seducing him. He had no self-control. He saw the seduction. He saw the trap and decided to go into it. Now, what do we call that? Lack of common sense and lack of self-preservation. You saw the trap, you saw the seduction, you saw the quote unquote Jezebel spirit that was luring you to your doom, and you still went. Like you had free will. Nobody was holding a pupil to your head. You had the free will, and you decided to go do that. Are you trying to tell us some cock and bull story for justification for your nonsense? Sir, I ain't buying what you're selling. Go sell it to someone else. Sorry.
Being single, dressing provocatively, getting some drinks, whatever, and not expecting some guys to come stare or hit on them or whatever. No? Don't think so? Okay, you might be stupid. Let's just hate to break it to you, but that's a really dumb mindset. Okay?
Condescension and gaslighting and psychological abuse in one sentence. This guy is a pro.
Or when your partner says, "Hey, I'd prefer if you didn't follow this person on Instagram."
He wants to control her experience of the world. He doesn't want her to know that other people are an option for her.
Or, "Hey, I prefer if you didn't have Snapchat because it's a toxic app and it's not the best for my mental state, whatever." Okay?
Oh, now she's responsible for his mental state. So what's going to happen when he's not feeling mentally well? He's going to blame her. He's already setting her up for that.
A justification men like to use as the reason for their abuse or toxicity is that it was the woman's fault and responsibility. It's her responsibility to isolate herself from friends. Or when her friends tell her let's go out, she should not go out with them. It's her responsibility to isolate herself from the world. She should not use social media because it makes him feel some type of way. Do not take painkillers for someone else's problems. This is a guy that is projecting his insecurities and issues on another person. Please, we live in a society, and this means that to some varying degrees, everybody got issues or something going on. What makes you think that you are entitled to someone taking on your issues on top of theirs, to somehow twist and turn themselves to make you happy. Please do not do yourself the disservice of taking painkillers for someone else's problem. This is a saying that Nigerians do say. Do not take Panadol for someone else's problem. Do not say painkillers for someone else's problem. Deal with your own life and be happy. Your life is your responsibility. Any man approaching you with a sob story or along the line tries to make himself your problem is a black hole that consumes everything within his path and is never satisfied. Y'all, please, the moment that relationships begins to feel like a prison sentence and not a relationship, I need you to bounce. It doesn't have to be immediately. It can be months later, it can be a year later, it can be years later, whatever. But I need you to start planning your escape because it can only get worse from there.
You should willingly unfollow or delete that app because it is affecting your partner's mental state. Okay.
He dictates what she does. She has no will of her own.
You should be constantly reassuring your partner that you are in it for the long run and you are in it for them and not for anyone else.
He's saying that he has abandonment issues and that he's constantly afraid that she's going to leave him. So every day she has to soothe his terrified mind and tell him, hey, I still love you, baby. Everything's okay, baby. I still love you, baby.
There's a sentence that stood out to me right now when you said you have to be in it for the long run. But you see, sir, you have it twisted. I am not in it for the long run. I am here for a good, healthy relationship. And however long this partnership lasts is dependent on your behavior. The long run aspect comes with time, conditions, and expectations met. You don't get an automatic free pass over here, sir. Whoop-de-doo. Also, I want to highlight something else that his abandonment issue is not a responsibility. If he was abandoned from birth, his parents abandoned him, the whole world has abandoned him. My love, there was a reason he was abandoned. Add yourself to that list and get out of there. Yeah, just add yourself to that list. In fact, add yourself to the top of that list, first five, and get the hell out of there. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's coercion.
Don't be peacocking or in a relationship while looking for something else at the same time. So you're out there flaunting it just to fill a void. Okay. It's not toxic to want what's best for your partner. Okay. You're the toxic one if you think it is toxic or controlling.
This is classic Darvo. Deny, attack, reverse victim and offender. So now he's saying, if you have a problem with me trying to control you, you're the one that's wrong. And it's not going to stop here. See, he thinks if he can get a woman to submit to him, then he can finally feel like a big man, but he's not going to. So he's going to have to grind her down even further by destroying her confidence and her self-esteem, isolating her, psychologically abusing her. I want you to go and watch this guy's video.
Honestly, y'all, don't go and watch his video on his page. Go to her page. I'm going to tag her username on the screen. Go to her page directly, save the video, and watch her video instead. Please do not reward this guy for his BS. Thank you. That's all I want to say.
As many times as you can. Memorize the kinds of things that he's saying and learn that technique, because men can do it in ways that are far less clumsy than this guy, and you won't recognize it. Your future depends on your ability to recognize manipulation. This guy is a masterclass.
I personally struggle with lust. And as someone who's trying to overcome my lust so I can become a better person, I don't want to go into the gym to work out and see ass and tits in my face.
No hate to this creator at all. I just see a few flaws. Number one, for me, you talked about how you struggle with lust and you don't want to go to the gym seeing women butt naked. You struggling with lust is your own problem, and it's not up to women to change what they're wearing so then you aren't faced with lusting over them. You struggling with that is your responsibility to fix, not anyone else's, especially not a woman. That is your problem.
Let me reiterate something I said earlier. A bedrock or justification men like to use for as the reason for their abuse or toxicity is that it's women's fault and responsibility. He's struggling with lust. Okay. What of someone that is struggling with shopaholics? Do you think because someone has a shopping problem that all online shopping should close down? All physical stores should close down. So why the hell does he think that he's struggling with loss is anybody's problem but his? Do you hear how crazy it is? This is the same in another format. Oh, I'm a shopaholic. I have a problem with shopping. All shops should close down because I have a problem with shopping, so I don't have to spend my money and this and that. Do you hear the problem? Do you know the hypocrisy in this situation? It's still the same culture and society that says a woman shouldn't put everything out there, leave something to the imagination. So even if a woman is covered up, whether she's covered up or she's showing skin or whatever, they don't need your consent. They don't need you to have agency. It's basically control. Oh, you're too covered up. Oh, you're too opened up. Leave something to the imagination. Babes, live your best life. Go live your life. Go live your life. These people don't know what they want. They really do not know what they want, and don't give yourself headache over nonsense. Go live your life. All right. Doesn't matter what you wear. They are still going to sexualize you in their head, and you have no business or control with what's in their head. I need my divas to start asking this crucial question. We all need to start asking this crucial question. Are you in a relationship or are you serving a prison sentence? Once that relationship feels like a prison sentence or constricting, I need you to get out because it can only get worse. We have seen men's track record, we have seen the statistics, and these are just the ones that are public record or went viral. The ones that happen behind closed doors that we know nothing about in different parts of the world. It's astounding. So please, it's way more detrimental for you to be in a relationship with a man that is not decent. That is the least you can do for you to feel comfortable getting into an intimate, vulnerable relationship with him. Now, what decent means is personal to you and what you want in a partner. Honestly, it doesn't matter what you wear because it's in the culture, it's a mentality issue. Didn't the Bible that these men like to quote tell them that if your hand causes you to sin, chop it off and the rest of them? Why aren't they following their Bible or at least closing their eyes? Duh. As always, I am your host here, the Empress H Speaks. See you all in my next video. Bye bye.